Ever wonder why some guys can say good morning and it barely gets a smile back, while others say it and she lights up like the sun just came out for her personally? It's not about being poetic or dropping lines like you're auditioning for a romantic drama, it's about speaking from a place that actually touches her emotionally. See, most guys don't realize this, but the first message of the day sets the emotional tone. If you're boring, vague, or generic, she just files it away with every other hey or morning she gets from guys who don't really see her. But if you know how to phrase things just right, you bypass her logic, slip into her emotions, and anchor yourself in her thoughts before she even finishes her coffee. That's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to give you 6 good morning phrases that aren't just sweet, they're strategic. These phrases are rooted in emotional psychology and inspired by Stoic wisdom, which teaches us that intention matters more than impulse. When you apply that to dating, especially in the little things like morning texts, you suddenly stand out in a way she can't explain, but she feels it. And no, this isn't about manipulation or playing games. It's about speaking in a language that connects, one of clarity, calm masculinity, and emotional presence. What this video is about. Each of these phrases is designed to do something specific. Some make her feel secure, some show you're paying attention, and some simply remind her that she matters to you, not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet, powerful, stoic way. You don't need to be over the top to be unforgettable. You just need to be intentional. So if you're ready to stop sending dry, good morning, texts that go nowhere, and start saying things that actually move her heart and mind, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. 1. I woke up thinking about you. What I woke up thinking about you. Let's start with the first phrase, and it's a powerful one. I woke up thinking about you. Now, don't underestimate the simplicity of that line. On the surface, it feels casual, almost like something you toss in without much thought. But psychologically, this one hits deep. It's a gentle way of saying, you were the first thought in my mind, which speaks volumes to a woman's emotional brain. The morning is when our minds are most impressionable. What we hear or feel early in the day has the power to shape our mood, our expectations, and our sense of self. So when she gets a message like that, she's not just receiving a compliment, she's receiving a mental imprint that she matters to you before the world even gets a piece of your attention. There's also a subtle nod to Stoic values here, especially the principle that what you choose to focus on is what you give meaning to. In a world of noise and constant distraction, directing your attention, especially your first thought of the day, toward one person is not just romantic, it's stoic. You're saying, I control where my mind goes, and it goes to you. That's emotional intimacy delivered with quiet masculine strength. And for guys worried about sounding clingy, don't be. This phrase isn't about dependence, it's about presence. If you want to add a softer variation, something like, my first smile today was because of you, carries the same emotional depth but with a slightly more poetic tone. I control where my mind goes. Timing also matters here. This line is best used early in the connection when emotions are still new and forming, but it can also be a powerful reminder in a long-term relationship to keep the flame intentional. Use it sparingly, and always mean it. Because when you say it with authenticity, you're not just sending a text, you're sending a message that she's not just a part of your day, she's the start of it. And that, my friend, is the difference between being just another guy, and being the guy she can't stop thinking about. 2. I hope today brings you the peace you deserve. I hope today brings you the peace you deserve. The second phrase you need to have in your arsenal is, I hope today brings you the peace you deserve. This isn't just kind, it's calming. And in a world where most women wake up to notifications, deadlines, emotional tension, and social pressure, peace is often the rarest thing they feel. What you're offering here is something deeper than just good vibes. You're recognizing that she's carrying a weight, even if she doesn't talk about it. You're not trying to fix it, and that's important. You're not stepping in with solutions or suggestions. You're simply holding space for her peace, and that subtle difference is what makes you feel emotionally safe to her. It's like giving her a quiet corner in her mental day that's hers and hers alone, and it came from you. From a Stoic perspective, this taps directly into the concept of ataraxia, a state of inner tranquility that isn't shaken by the chaos of the outside world. When you say something like this, you're indirectly saying, I see that life can be hard, and I want you to have your calm anyway. It communicates emotional maturity without ever needing to brag about it. You're not performing. You're just being a stable presence. And believe it or not, emotional safety is one of the three exiest things you can give a woman, especially in the age of chaos and shallow attention spans. This phrase works especially well on days when she's stressed, has a big event, or just seems off. But even on a normal Tuesday, it tells her that you're not just thinking about her, you're wishing her well, even when you're not around. It's presence without pressure. Love without noise. And that's rare. 3. You make my mornings better, just knowing you exist. You make my mornings better just knowing you exist. Now let's talk about the third phrase, and it's one that hits a slightly different note. You make my mornings better, just knowing you exist. This one carries a mix of lightness and depth, and it works because it doesn't put pressure on her to do anything. She doesn't have to reply with a flirtatious emoji or feel obligated to say something profound back. You're just acknowledging her presence in your life, and more importantly, how that presence quietly improves your mood and outlook. In a way, it's the ultimate compliment, because it's not based on what she does, how she looks, or what she gives you. It's simply about who she is and the space she holds in your mind. This taps into the core of Stoic gratitude, being thankful for what is, not what could be. When you express appreciation for her existence without asking for anything in return, it creates a safe, respectful emotional space. You're telling her she doesn't need to impress you or earn your attention. She already has it, just by being herself. And that, especially in a dating culture where everyone feels like they're constantly auditioning, is incredibly powerful. Timing-wise, this phrase is especially effective after you've had a meaningful conversation or she's shared something personal. But it also works as a random morning surprise to keep the emotional connection alive. You're reminding her that she matters, not for what she does, but simply for being who she is. That kind of message? It stays with her all day. 4. Whatever today brings, I'm rooting for you. Whatever today brings, I'm rooting for you. The fourth phrase is one that might not sound romantic at first, but trust me, it holds more weight than you think. Whatever today brings, I'm rooting for you. This phrase doesn't promise to fix her problems or protect her from the chaos of the day. Instead, it communicates something even more valuable: unshakable support. You're not hovering, you're not interfering, but you're standing right there with quiet, masculine steadiness. That's where Stoicism shines. The Stoic man doesn't chase control, he offers calm. He accepts the unknown and chooses to be a pillar in someone else's storm. And when a woman hears this from you, she feels that presence without pressure. You're not trying to solve anything, you're just with her. This kind of message is especially powerful during times of pressure. Maybe she has a big meeting, a family issue, or she's just not feeling her best. And instead of saying, "good luck" or "you've got this," which can feel generic or dismissive, this line says, "I see the challenge, and I believe in you through it." It offers emotional safety while also empowering her. It says, "You're strong, and I'm still here beside you." That balance of gentle encouragement without controlling the outcome is rare, and it builds trust. It lets her feel like she can handle her life, but she doesn't have to do it without emotional backup. And when you consistently show up like that, not with noise, but with quiet belief, you become something most women aren't used to: a partner in the truest sense, not a project or a performer. 5. You've already made my day, and it just started. The fifth phrase is perfect when there's already a little spark between you, or she's just done something sweet. You've already made my day, and it just started. This one is flirtatious, but not in a try-hard way. It's confident, appreciative, and laced with just enough vulnerability to make it feel real. What makes it so powerful is the timing, using it right after she sends a cute message, a selfie, or something thoughtful. Instead of just replying with a heart emoji or a generic "ah," you reflect her energy back with deeper warmth. You're telling her that her presence, even in something as simple as a morning text, has the power to uplift you. And in doing that, you make her feel emotionally valuable. This phrase aligns beautifully with the Stoic practice of savoring the present moment. Most people rush through mornings, already chasing productivity or stressing about what's next. But when you pause to acknowledge joy, especially when it comes from another human being, you create an emotional echo. She doesn't just feel good reading your message, she feels seen. And she'll carry that feeling with her throughout the day. What's also great about this phrase is that it's layered. On the surface, it's sweet and light. But underneath, it says, "You affect me in ways that matter." That's how emotional bonds deepen, not with grand gestures, but with these small, intentional moments that tell her she's more than a name in your contacts. She's someone who makes your day better simply by being in it. You inspire me to be better every day. 6. You inspire me to be better, every day. The sixth and final phrase might just be the most powerful of them all, but it's also the one you should use with the most care. You inspire me to be better, every day. This isn't something you say casually, and it's not meant for surface-level connections. It's for the woman who's touched something deeper in you, the kind of woman whose presence subtly challenges you to rise, to sharpen your focus, to live more intentionally. When you say this, you're telling her she's more than just attractive or interesting, she's transformational. You're crediting her with influencing your internal world, and that's not something women hear often, especially in a way that feels grounded and sincere. This is the kind of phrase that ties directly into the Stoic ideal of arete, the pursuit of personal excellence. A Stoic man doesn't change for approval or to please others. He changes because his soul demands it. And when he meets someone who naturally pushes him in that direction, without force, without pressure, he acknowledges it with humility and strength. That's what this phrase communicates. It tells her that her energy isn't just pleasant, it's purposeful. And more importantly, you're paying attention to the way she impacts you. When delivered genuinely, at the right time, this line doesn't just connect, it elevates the relationship. It signals depth, emotional intelligence, and a desire to grow together, not just exist side by side. Say it when it's real, not when it's convenient, and you'll leave an imprint no flirty message ever could. Conclusion. So there you have it, 6 good morning phrases that do more than just say, hi. They connect. They make her feel seen, valued, and safe. And they do it in a way that's subtle but unforgettable. In a world where everyone's rushing to say something clever or flirty, you stand out by being intentional. You're not just another guy trying to win her attention with emojis and sweet talk. You're someone who speaks with clarity, with calm, and with meaning. That's what Stoicism looks like in love, not cold detachment, but calm presence. You're offering her words that give peace, encouragement, and emotional depth, not because you want something, but because you genuinely want her to feel good as she starts her day. And that's the secret. Romance isn't found in big speeches, it's found in the small, consistent things that show her you're different. That you're aware. That you listen. So pick one of these phrases and try it tomorrow morning. Watch how she reacts, not just to the words, but to the energy behind them. And if you found these insights helpful, make sure to subscribe for more ways to speak with strength and purpose in your relationships. Or drop a comment below if there's a line that's worked magic for you. I'd love to hear it. And hey, if you think good morning texts are powerful, just wait until we talk about the evening ones that unlock real intimacy. That one's coming next. Stay tuned.